Welcome to the platform. My name is Sam Omashe. My guest today is none other than General Alabi-Isama, who was the Chief of Staff to the legendary Brigadier Adekunle during the Civil War. And he has also written a book, The Tragedy of Victory, perhaps the best account ever of the Nigerian Biafra Civil War. He's here on my show today to give his opinion on the goings-on in Nigerian security, and also this is also an edition to wish him a happy 80th birthday. My column will be read to you shortly.
We're living in the age of the tribesman, an age of biceps, the dagger and the caveman's eyes. Pity has no role over a corpse, nor laughter after a slaughter, except to scorn. The tribe is now the refuge, the high tower of reason. The Commonwealth has regressed into an antique. Only the mouse goes there. The strong roar to your fortress, O tribesmen. Hence today, the men with bandwidths of fame are not the frontline workers in moon clothes or the doctors on the danger list of COVID-19. It is the people who issued a quit notice to a bishop for expressing his views. So, we hear of the rise of a man called Sunday Igboho in the West and an ethnic entrepreneur in the East called Nnamdi Kanu. And in the North, we see quite a few of them who now issue quit notices. It should surprise no one. The pity is that they all have cheerleaders. It is the tragedy. The fellow from the Southwest, Igboho, hit the news wave like a folk hero. Igboho's people in Ibarakpa wanted a voice. They had lived in fear and trembling. They had farms, but they could not reap. They had wives, but they were defiled. They had homes, but could not sleep in peace. Bandits from another land had snatched away their sovereign pride. They had wailed, but no official ear listened. They became a people without a help. Like V.S. Naipaul's novel, In a Free State, they were going to be a people without a place. They needed a hero. When Igboho came, they embraced him. They had found a hero. Marxists would not agree that a hero can transcend a people. But the Igangan people will differ. He is the one who made the world know that their community was a kidnapper's haven, that the Maruda enthroned impunity. They made feasts out of their sweats. Their leader made fortune out of their absences and servitude. Bonfire ensued. The settlers fled, and their leader dethroned forever. The Seriki Fulani was accused as the broker over the broken. He fattened on their misfortune. Governor Rotimi Akeredolu had attracted the governors to his state, and they agreed that open grazing was not allowed. They gave great speeches, but to this essayist, it was a cosmetic show. Who was going to enforce the law? The headlines did not say that what Akeredolu issued was legal. It did not say it was not legal. They just came to make peace, to paper over the crack. The place to address the matter is not Governor's Forum. They had shown they can do little to ease tensions. They do not control the police. They have no power over the army. They can only cry. Governor Akeredolu's order was a cry from his people's marrow. The Governor's Forum did not give any template of peace and cooperation. I advised them to seek one of their own who is executing a blueprint, the Lalong model. When Governor Simon Lalong became Plateau State's chief executive, he set up a rubric for all the contending forces. It ensured each group accounted for its own role when peace was breached. It is imperfect, But the difference between his stewardship and what he met tells the story. The real danger is making anyone feel less at home when at home.
Welcome to Big Talk. My guest today is General Alabi-Isama. You're welcome to this show, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
And Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes. How does it feel to be 80? Don't look 80.
Well, thank God. It's not easy to be 80. I think I am fulfilled. I have cried. I have laughed. I have been lied on. I have seen the world. I dance all sorts of music from my youth. I grew up.
What kind of music?
Well, there was Obey as I was growing up. There was
Roy Chicago.
Ike Dairo. Well, I have experienced quite a lot of things. But like music, all sorts of music will be played. But how you dance it is very important. And here I am at 80. I praise the Lord. I'm here, I survived.
Now, 80 years, you have seen Nigeria move from one phase to another in this past 80 years. One of the significant episodes of your life must be, even the defining episode of it must be the Civil War, which, you know, almost tore the country apart. You fought in a war to unite the country. In 2021, do you think that was a fruitless effort?
Well, 2021, I think today, what I know today, that was what it was then, I would say it's a fruitless effort. But you see, I fought for one Nigeria, not Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Fulani, or Shekiri, whatever. I fought for one Nigeria. And at the time, Nigeria was breaking up. And then Ironsi came up. There was this coup led by the Igbo-speaking officers. And the like minds among the rest of us. There were Yorubas among them. There were Hausas among them.
Yes.
There were Benues among them.
Yes.
But then we realized that, wait a minute, if we were going to have a unitary government, is this how we are going to have it? They grabbed Ironsi and killed Ironsi for wanting one unitary government. But as soon as the war ended, here we found ourselves that unitary government, that's what they wanted.
Yes.
I am confused.
Why did you kill him?
Why did you kill Ironsi? I wrote that in my book.
Yes.
Why did you kill Ironsi if this is what we are going to have?
Yes.
But then we now realize that there is an agenda. What was the agenda? It doesn't matter who rules this country. We're looking for competence. We want to compete in the world.
On the issue of unitary, it was thought, or Ironsi was accused of bringing the unitary because he wanted to impose his own ethnic group. Now, when the military brought its own military, who was in his mind to say it? They said the Decree 34 meant that because the Igbos dominated the civil service, the railways, and so on and so forth, because of that, it meant that Decree 34 was going to favor them and give them the even legal backing to do that. Okay, I haven't done that. The people who removed him now introduced the same unitary system
for which he was killed.
And the argument is that, so maybe Ironsi taught them They gave them the platform. So if you want to dominate, this is what to do. Bring a unitary system.
That's right. That's right. Unfortunately, looking back, 2 million people died in the Civil War. Did they die in vain? Look at us sitting down here today, so much blood flowing everywhere.
Yeah.
And in fact, the North that is so interested in the unitary system, see the amount of blood flowing in the North. And when we use the word North now, I'm talking from Kogi, Kwara, up to Sokoto, Katsina, Maiduguri.
Yeah.
See the number of people that died every day in the past 10 years. So, are we saying that we have benefited? That's why my book is entitled The Tragedy of Victory. We had victory in the war front. But look at us today. What is the meaning of that victory?
There's this General Peros.
Yes.
Who is through him in his honor that the expression Pyrrhic victory came about. Who said, one more victory and we are all finished. In other words, the war has been actually a scorched earth.
Yes.
We just wasted blood and so on and so forth. But human beings never learn from history. Because what we are seeing now...
That's why we are trying to repeat it.
We always repeat it.
Because we didn't learn from the war itself. And we are trying to repeat it. Because where in this country is peace? Is it in the North? Is it in the West? Is it in the East? Where in this country now do you have peace? So who is responsible for giving us peace? We talk about our government. Now, the military, if you say the army commander is from the North. Immigration is from the North. Police is from the North. Customs is from the North.
Security,
so security, EFCC is coming from the North. Intelligence, DSS, they are from the North. Now, not only that, look at the Senate. The person in charge of security, of the military, Ndume, is from the North. The police is from the North. So in the National Assembly, everybody in charge of security or responsible for security, they are all from the North.
And yet, the North is
bleeding every day.
So, I wrote a column not long ago saying that this whole issue of zoning actually makes a mess of the very idea. Because when Obasanjo came in from the Southwest, it was never seen to have even helped the Southwest. When Jonathan came, Jonathan did not help the South-South or even the Southeast that supported him. He gave appointments to people, that was right. But even the roads in the South-South and Southeast, some of the major roads have been done by Fashola today. Buhari has come in, he has appointed so many people from the Northeast, as you have said, and Northwest, as you have said. But the North is the most fraught in security today.
Yes.
Does it not mean that this whole idea of Unitarianism or federalism is meaningless unless we are sincere that we want to govern rather than want to ethnicize?
You know, I'm happy you use the word sincere. I was shocked a few weeks ago when Jonathan was talking about restructuring. And he was talking about restructuring your mind. Look, he set up a confab on restructuring. The country spent a lot of money.
2014.
In 2014. And what result did we get? They now say it's in the archive. The person now had the opportunity to come and tell the country what he was expected to have achieved with that confab. And all he said was that we should restructure our mind. You see, discussing with some people, they said, well, now some people are saying maybe Jonathan can come back as president again. So that got to his mind. What are the people talking about me now saying? And then they said maybe Northern Elders, Arewa Consultative Forum, Afenifere, Ndigo. I begin to wonder, do we select our presidents or we elected them? How can Jonathan in 2021 talking about restructuring my mind? It made a mess of that confab. Why did we spend so much money on that? I still cannot see. And then, whether you like it or not, I am 80 years, and like Martin Luther will say, I'm 80 years old now. I may not get there with you.
Yes.
But believe me, you will have state police, whether you like it or not. You will have local government police, whether you like it or not. You will even have school police.
When I was teaching in the US,
yes,
the university has its own police.
Its own police. All they need to do is home on to a server.
Yes.
But then, when you want to home on to a server, which server in Potiskum, in Jalingo, in Damboa, which, so we are far behind even our neighbors in education. You want to go to Karanamuda, what internet are you going to use in Karanamuda or in Nunguru?
Is there something wrong, as a military expert, is there something wrong in our security architecture?
Yes, yes, I will use the word yes. You see, a few years ago or so, people, elders, we will call them, were saying that the military is doing their best. That the military, they are doing their best. And they will be told to do more. I thought that was silly. Nobody ever trained the military, officers or men, to do their best. And I want you to listen to me here.
Yeah.
We are never trained to do our best.
What are you trained to do?
We are trained to go to where you are sent and do what you are told to do.
No excuse.
The military has never failed anywhere in the world, only when the government failed, even in the world wars. Until when the government of Hitler failed, their army did not fail. Until Ojukwu failed, until Ojukwu's government failed,
yes,
that we cashed on that. And that was why we will say you cannot tell the truth to do his best. If I told you to go from here to Ilorin, capture Ilorin by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, if you fail to capture Ilorin by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, you are out of the place, somebody else will be there. During the Civil War, we captured Port Harcourt. Adekunle wanted more, wanted Umahia, Owerri, OAU. Ogami, we don't let us do it like one division. It was stupid to do that. No, he wanted that for General Gawan. Okay. He was the boss.
For his birthday.
But
for
Gawan's birthday.
Yes.
But then he realized the thing failed. We do not need all that. We needed the center of gravity of Biafra. We had, you see, the thing is, maybe people need to read more about my book. Biafra did not surrender as troops, as a country. Biafra was not
was not flesh and blood.
No, it's an idea.
An idea, yes.
And when we realized that our idea, we need to put in a more superior idea, more superior discussions. What happened? Their food failed. We cashed on that. I was giving them our food. The whole town fed from Nigerian food because there was no farm, there was no market. Then we look at what again failed in Biafra. Their radio telling lies. We put the radio, we allow people to listen to their radio. And everywhere we went, we tried to counter that. Then they said, Nigerian troops will rape your children. They saw us put the children in a boarding school, put the girls in a boarding school, and we looked after them. It was a strategy of trust. Allow me to use the board to explain this strategy of trust.
Yes.
Look, I'll draw Nigeria again. I hope I still remember to do that. Look, this is Lagos. You are coming from Ilorin to capture Lagos. The question will be, why do you want to capture Lagos? What is the aim? The aim is to collect tax, for instance. They have money in Lagos, let's go collect their tax. If our troops arrive at the Bar Beach, we have lost the war. They say, no, Oga, but we have captured Lagos. No, the aim is
to capture
Lagos and collect tax. By the time you arrive at the Bar Beach, the refugees have gone to Cotonou. The refugees have gone to Benin. So what do? When you get to Abeokuta, you will go to the border.
And block them.
You will go to the border here and stop the people.
Because the people you are conquering, not the land.
That's right.
That was Napoleon. That was Napoleon and Russia.
You see?
When the Russians decided that, okay, Napoleon was coming, everybody left town. And then they left town and they had nobody.
And then when they arrived in the place, oh God, thank you for military history.
Yeah.
And it was in December.
Yes.
And there was snow. And the snow covered them. There was nowhere to be.
Nowhere to be.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
And then they started going back home. Then the Russians came in
and attacked them. And it happened with Hitler.
Operation Barbarossa. Yes.
That's the point. And people cannot see these things. So if you move out here to the border and stop them, and you saw during the Civil War, Adekunle carrying their babies, and we were carrying babies, and we were looking after the people. Now, once you have done that, they will trust you. It's a strategy of trust. And when they trust you, then they will go back. They say, okay, these people are giving us food, they are looking after us, let us go back. That was what happened in the case of Biafra. We were giving them food, we were carrying all their children, and then the mistake that, Adekunle was killing Igbo children, we did not operate in Igbo area. And Adekunle was not there anyway.
Adekunle didn't get to Igbo land at all.
No, we didn't operate in Igbo area from Calabar to Uyo, to Bubra, to Port Harcourt. Yeah. And when we got to Aba, we were on our way to Ulihiala. Yeah. So which children are you talking about? We had defeated them mentally before they were defeated physically. So it is your aim of collecting tax that will dictate your strategy and the tactics to apply.
In other words, the politics would determine the military.
Of course.
Rather than the military determine the politics.
That is where I want to blame the media as well. Because every day you will see the military man talking to Nigeria
and saying that we got this place, we cut out, we just finished. We just know the report usually is that we just took out some militants in one village in northeast, and then show us the picture. But that has nothing to do with.
You have the minister. You have the Minister of Defense who should say that this is not a military government. But then the military was there every day. They captured. They kidnapped 300 children.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, silly enough, they said there were only 10.
Yes.
Okay. But then you have parachutists. And then you were demonstrating parachutists during January 15th Army
Yes,
Day.
yes.
That's when you need the parachutists.
Where are your weapons when I need them?
And then they said the Air Force bombed their Metesine camp or whatever, Boko Haram camp, and 20 people killed. Who counted the number killed? It's a coordination. If the Air Force got intelligence that that is their camp, you pass it on to the military, you pass it on to the police. Together, they will advance to the place. As you bomb the place, and they will either run away or dead, the military will occupy the place. So where did the government send the military? If the government did not send the military anywhere, you are telling them to do their best. What best? The man is not trained to do his best. He's trained to go to where he is sent.
And succeed.
That's all. He cannot fail. And if he fails, you must change the commander.
Next is my poem on Leah Sharibu, which will be read to you shortly.
Women like you made a dust bowl with their feet, not to bow to ramrod beasts in human skin, who bled vile passions in their village, to kill sons and rape daughters. Herd against herders, the women will swap skin for skin, beast for beast, whatever sacrifice to win our best angel.
And thank you for being on this show. You can join up with me on my website, www.atsamomashaye.com. And until next time, be good.